try closing your eyes and imagining the entire history of the blue planet we call home. From the moment Earth was nothing more than a lifeless sphere of molten rock drifting through the darkness of space, to the glowing world of oceans, forests, cities, and lights we know today. Now imagine all of that history compressed into a single day. Just 24 hours. Suppose Earth was born exactly at midnight. At what time would dinosaurs first appear? Morning? Afternoon? Late evening? And the greater question, when would humanity arrive? The answer is humbling. Everything humans have ever built, pyramids, empires, wars, religions, inventions, skyscrapers, satellites, the internet, and even this very moment you are hearing these words, all of it would happen in only the final fraction of a second before midnight. That is how small our chapter is in Earth Story. Because 4.5 billion years is too vast for the mind to truly grasp, we need another scale. So let us transform the age of Earth into a 24-hour clock. Every hour equals about 187 million real years. Every minute equals over 3 million years. Every second equals around 52,000 years. On this scale, mountains rise and vanish in moments. Oceans appear and disappear in minutes. Entire species rule the world, then are erased between ticks of the clock. Welcome to the 24-hour history of Earth. Midnight. The beginning. If you could stand in space and look down where Earth should be, you would not see oceans or continents. You would see a burning, hellish world covered in molten magma. The young planet glowed red-hot, constantly struck by asteroids and debris. The sky was blackened with ash, toxic gases, and steam. There was no life, no soil, no water, only fire. Then, only minutes after midnight on our clock, disaster struck. A wandering protoplanet named Theia, roughly the size of Mars, slammed into Earth with unimaginable force. The collision vaporized rock, reshaped the planet, tilted Earth's axis, and blasted trillions of tons of debris into orbit. From those shattered remains, a new world slowly formed. The Moon, that silent companion above us, was born through violence. And without it, life as we know it may never have existed. The Moon stabilized Earth's tilt, calmed wild climate swings, and helped create the seasons. Destruction had become a gift. As the early hours passed, Earth slowly cooled. A crust formed over the molten surface. Volcanoes raged endlessly. Steam filled the sky. Then, around 4 a.m., temperatures dropped enough for something miraculous. Rain began. Not for days, not for years, for millions of years. Water fell from the heavens without stopping. It filled craters, carved valleys, and formed the first oceans. Earth was no longer a world of fire. It had become a world of water. But these first seas were hostile, acidic, mineral-rich, dark, and lifeless to the eye. Yet beneath those waves, hidden in the deepest oceans, life was preparing its entrance. Around hydrothermal vents on the seafloor, where mineral-rich water blasted from cracks in Earth's crust, chemistry became destiny. Molecules combined, separated, and reformed over unimaginable spans of time. Then it happened. The first self-replicating cells emerged. Tiny, invisible, fragile, yet carrying the greatest power in the universe. The ability to make more of themselves. Every whale, tree, eagle, fungus, flower, and human being alive today traces its ancestry back to those microscopic pioneers. For many hours after that, Earth remained a bacterial world. No animals, no plants, no forests, just oceans filled with single-celled life. Then, around 1 p.m., one of the greatest revolutions in history began. Certain bacteria learned to capture sunlight. Photosynthesis was born. They used light to create energy, and as waste, they released oxygen. At first, oxygen was poison to most existing life. It triggered a global catastrophe, wiping out countless organisms. Oceans rusted with iron. The atmosphere transformed. But eventually, oxygen accumulated in the sky. And with it came blue skies and the ozone layer that shielded Earth from deadly radiation. Life had accidentally prepared the world for greater life. Then came one of Earth's darkest chapters. Around 2 p.m., global temperatures plunged. Ice spread from the poles to the equator. Oceans froze beneath kilometers of ice. Earth became snowball Earth, a white frozen prison drifting through space. Yet life endured in pockets beneath the ice, near volcanic heat. And once again, the planet recovered. As evening approached, complex cells emerged, cells with mitochondria, the energy factories inside nearly every animal and plant today. Then multicellular organisms appeared. Soft, strange creatures drifted in shallow seas. No teeth, no claws, no predators, only peace. But peace would not last. Around 9 p.m., evolution discovered violence. Predation began. Some creatures learned to eat other creatures. The oceans erupted into an arms race. Shells evolved. Spikes appeared. Speed mattered. Eyes developed. And in the Cambrian explosion, life diversified with astonishing speed. Then came fish. Then plants colonized land. Then insects. Then forests. Then amphibians crawling from swamps. Then reptiles. Earth was transforming into something recognizable. By 10:30 p.m., giant forests covered the world. Massive insects buzzed through oxygen-rich air. Dragonflies the size of hawks ruled the skies. Millipedes longer than cars crawled through humid swamps. But nature had another reset planned. At 10:40 p.m., volcanic eruptions in Siberia unleashed the worst mass extinction in Earth's history. The Great Dying. Oceans suffocated. Temperatures soared. Acid rain fell. Nearly all marine species vanished. Most land animals died. The world was nearly sterilized. Yet survivors remained. And from those survivors rose a dynasty. Dinosaurs. By 11 p.m., the age of dinosaurs had begun. For over an hour on our 24-hour clock, equivalent to more than 160 million years, they dominated Earth. Towering sauropods shook the ground like walking mountains. Armored giants grazed endless plains. Flying pterosaurs ruled the skies. Marine reptiles hunted the seas. And near 11:39 p.m., one of the most famous predators in history appeared. Tyrannosaurus rex. Massive jaws. Bone-crushing bite. A symbol of unstoppable power. But power means nothing to chance. At 11:39 p.m., a 10-kilometer asteroid struck near modern-day Yucatan. The impact unleashed firestorms, tsunamis, earthquakes, and darkness. Dust blocked sunlight. Food chains collapsed. Dinosaurs fell. Their empire ended in a cosmic instant. For most of Earth's history, the planet never knew our name. Mountains rose without witnesses. Oceans crashed against empty shores. Forests spread across continents with no eyes to admire them. Entire species lived, hunted, loved, and vanished before a single human footstep ever touched the ground. Then, in the final seconds of the great clock, we arrived. Not as giants. Not as the strongest. Not as the fastest. We came fragile, exposed, and vulnerable. A species with soft skin, dull claws, weak jaws, and slow legs. By every law of survival, we should have disappeared like countless others before us. But nature gave us something different. Curiosity, imagination, memory, the ability to learn from yesterday and prepare for tomorrow. We shaped stones into blades. We turned branches into spears. We learned to gather in circles and protect one another. Then, one night, somewhere in the darkness, we captured fire. That flame changed everything. It frightened predators, cooked food, extended daylight, gathered families close together. And in the orange glow of those first fires, something else was born. Stories. Humans became the first creatures known to sit beneath the stars and ask questions. Who are we? What is this world? What lies beyond the mountains? Why does the sun return? Why do we die? Questions became myths. Myths became beliefs. Beliefs became civilizations. Villages rose beside rivers. Seeds were planted. Animals were domesticated. Walls were built. Kings were crowned. Armies marched. The Nile gave rise to pyramids. Mesopotamia carved laws into stone. Empires rose in Persia, India, China, Greece, Rome. Ships crossed oceans. Languages multiplied. Trade connected continents. Ideas moved faster than armies. Then came revolutions of another kind. Printing presses multiplied knowledge. Telescopes revealed the heavens. Microscopes exposed hidden worlds. Steam engines bent muscle into machinery. Electricity turned night into day. Medicine challenged death. The airplane conquered distance. The radio conquered silence. The camera captured memory. And then humanity split the atom. For the first time, one species held power once reserved for stars and volcanoes. We entered an age of miracles and terror at the same time. World wars scarred the planet. Cities burned. Millions vanished. Yet from the ashes came computers, satellites, vaccines, global communication, and journeys into space. A creature once hiding from lions now walked on the moon. Think of that. For billions of years, Earth spun through silence. Then, in the final instant, dust learned to think. Stone learned mathematics. Water learned poetry. Atoms arranged themselves into minds capable of wondering how atoms arrange themselves. That is what you are, a piece of the universe becoming aware of itself. And yet, with all our brilliance, we remain tied to the same fragile systems that sustained bacteria, forests, dinosaurs, and mammoths before us. We still need breathable air, drinkable water, stable seasons, healthy soil, balanced oceans. Without them, our skyscrapers are meaningless. Our wealth is paper. Our technology is metal. Our pride is smoke. The lesson of Earth's 24-hour story is not that humans are insignificant. It is that we are temporary, and temporary things can be precious. Dinosaurs ruled for millions of years and vanished. Ice ages came and went. Seas advanced and retreated. Continents broke apart and collided. Nothing stays. Not empires. Not borders. Not markets. Not even stars. So if our moment is brief, then what matters most is how we use it. Will we spend our seconds fighting one another while forests fall and oceans rise? Will we poison the same atmosphere that gave us breath? Will we become the first species clever enough to predict disaster and foolish enough to ignore it? Or will we choose something greater? Wisdom over greed, stewardship over conquest, cooperation over destruction. Because for the first time in Earth's long history, one species can understand the consequences of its actions before they happen. That power has never existed before, and it belongs to us. Right now, this very second. The future is not written in ancient stone or distant stars. It is written in laws we pass, technologies we build, forests we protect, children we teach, truths we defend, choices we make when no one is watching. One day, millions of years from now, another mind may study the rocks of our era. They may find plastic buried in stone, radioactive traces, bones of vanished animals, ruins swallowed by sediment. And they will ask, who were these people? Did they destroy themselves? Did they learn? Did they become wise? We are living the answer now. So when you feel small, remember this. You are small in time, but not in consequence. You are brief in history, but not powerless. You are one heartbeat in Earth's day, yet what you do may echo far beyond your lifetime. The clock is still ticking. Midnight has not yet come, and the next chapter of this blue planet is waiting to be written. By us.